Welcome back, guys. Destin Gaming here with video 2 or part 2 of the Leviathan Raid. Let's jump right in. I do want to say thank you if you're continuing with us from part 1. Welcome if you're just jumping in. So we just finished over at Baths. Next up is Gauntlet. What Gauntlet is, it's a pretty straightforward encounter. It's a big circular room. You have 4 sections. You have the dogs, you have the axes, you have the sun, and you have the cup. There's 3 roles. There is the runner, there is the plate stander, and then there is the ground shooter. Now there is another method called cross shooting, but I don't prefer that. I'm not even going to get into that to confuse it. So each section's got this plate I'm standing on. You have to stand on it to start the encounter, each section. Once you stand on it, you can get off. It'll start if you've already activated the plate. Now if you see those 3 symbols that I'm looking at right now, that was the axe side, but those 3 symbols after the add phase will go blue. Now if you're the runner, you don't have to worry about that. If you're a plate stander, which literally which literally means you stand on the plate, you worry about the uppermost symbol. You avoid what is called out from the runner. If you are a ground shooter, you shoot the bottommost symbol, also avoiding what's called out from the runner. For instance, if the runner calls out cup top, that means he's at the cup section, and you guys will always be with him. He's at the cup section, the top portal is lit up. You avoid that, so the plate stander will shoot the middle, and the floor stander will shoot the ground. Once the symbols go green, that means you successfully activated it. He can now pass through, and that's what I see there. So cup middle is the sequence here. The people outside are shooting the top and shooting the bottom. I go through, they move to the next area. Except for the grounder. The guy on the ground will hit the scion that spawns. It's a projection style. They meet at the next one. They get onto the plate, which is now raised up again. You call out the next setup. So for instance, they're on their way over there now. It is dog top. They shoot the middle and the bottom. It opens it up. I get the orb that's there. I pass through. They move. The ground person hits the scion, rinse and repeat. One more time. Sun, middle. They're shooting top and bottom. I get the green, I get the orb, I go right through. Now, the entire encounter is this rinsed and repeated, 3 times. The second time, or the next time coming up, after the runner takes the orb and slams it in the middle, everybody resets. You'll typically have one person soloing, whatever the combination is. You want to make it to where the runner is always at the plate or the section that the orb spawns. The orbs spawn at dog and at cup. So no matter what, you want to try to make sure your runner is at dog for one team, and then the other team is at cup, the runner. The other 2 people, the plate and ground person, they can be at the other side if, whatever, your runner can solo. That's what I did. You get about 3 waves of adds and then a yellow bar. The yellow bar is not that hard. You can typically just rocket and grenade them, just like the bather or whatever. I found out quickly that using my sword was the better bet. I'm pretty quick with my hunter, so running over with, oddly enough, the raid sword, it stared back. Doesn't look very sharp, but let me tell you, this thing does some damage. It's got a nice feature too. It's, I guess you'd call it an intrinsic perk. I believe it's 3 successful quick strikes give you additional ammo. Anyway, so now you can see this is the second run. The floor is now disappeared in certain sections. So you have to avoid falling in. Obviously, you die. What you need to do, say everything goes well, both teams have their runners make it successfully through the entire run phase, all 3 times. Come the last phase, and I'll get to that in a moment, you'll need 3 people to pass. You all 6 go in to run, but only 3 need to pass. What that means is, if one person dies and doesn't make it through, not the end of the world. 2 people die, not the end of the world. Pending you have all your revives left. Say a 3rd person dies. It's okay, you can still win. Well, let's just say that right now I didn't make it, or the other guy didn't make it. If that happens, for each time that one of the runners fails, you need an additional person. So if I failed, we need 4. If he failed, we need 5. If I failed again, we would need all 6 people to pass. If you get more than 3 fails, you cannot pass. Now the third phase of the runner is exactly like the second phase. The floor is disappeared in the same areas. What you will notice though is you'll end up having trouble with communications if people are talking or if someone's mic is having a problem. Another thing worth noting: always use the Xbox Party chat. I don't know how it is for PlayStation 4 or computer. I don't really know, but excuse me. Nevertheless, always use a party chat, not the in-game chat. It seems that the in-game chat isn't really sufficient. It doesn't cut it. I've had one good experience with it, I think, maybe. But one thing we typically see some people doing, if you're the plate or the round shooter, you'll see them mute the entire other team. I've never needed to do that, or even just muting the runner, because you'll hear people call out. Some people call their name, their gamer tag. So like mine would be Envious Top, or so on and so forth. The only issue with that is, and that's the way my wife preferred it. That's the way my entire clan used to do it. The only problem with that is if you're playing with random people, they're not going to know you from Jack. So the best bet, and that's why they probably put it in here, is as you see up the top, it's a dog symbol. Dog, bottom. Your team should know where they're at. They should be able to see the symbol just like you can inside, but on the outside above their symbols. So just keep that in mind. You might want to mute the other section, the other group, and then always remember to unmute them, because we've had that problem once. You want to try to keep your comms clear. Nobody should be talking other than the runner. So that's phase 3 done. We both run for it, slam it. If I'm not mistaken, it was actually PSU Robber as the runner. So we needed 4. It's been like 2 days since we did this, so I can't really remember. So this is the final phase. You meet in the center, everybody grabs an orb. You're all in the run phase. What we do is my team skips the first gate, gets an orb the second gate. Skips the third gate, gets an orb the fourth gate. So there's 4 total gates, and then you get out. So right here you'll see my team skips it. We go forward. The other team would obviously pick up gates 1 and 3. My team right here will be getting one. I go middle. And then the floor starts disappearing. That's what gets people most often. I didn't want to jump ahead of myself. That part right there kills more people in this phase than anything else. If you make it this far, chances are somebody's dying right there. No big deal. It was just one person died. We're all still in. I think one other person actually dies. Nevertheless, I made it through with 11 seconds. Or sorry, probably like 7 seconds. And yeah, somebody dies right there. My wife died. So I run over and I grab Unger 1. Shout out to Unger. We still made it, buddy. That gave us the reset on the light fade. Slammed it. Another guy got her, and we were golden. We were good to go. You will probably have a decent amount of trouble first couple runs. Get your coordination down. No big deal. Again, like I said before, just try to keep a level head. You will make it through. It's not that hard. It's all about coordination. Similar to what you'll be seeing in the next phase, maybe on the ad phases, have someone that floats back and forth. So you've got your group of 3. Well, you 3 have to cover 2 sections. So like say dog and sun, maybe have someone that floats back and forth, because they are across from each other, like next to each other. They're not across the map. Anyway, in comes Calus phase. This is the last phase. This is the boss. There is the Eater of Worlds, but that's a video for another time. The Calus section is actually quite simple. What I just skipped there, wow, I know, was a whopping hour and a half. Yeah, this entire thing was just a ridiculous amount of time. But it's not a big deal. We were teaching 2 people how to do it. Well, teaching one person how to do it and helping another person along the way. They got the idea, Anyway, nonetheless, what you want to do for the start is you want to come stand up here. Everybody in the top right side, hopefully you have a Warlock. They cast hopefully they're on Stormcaller. They cast their Rift. You'll get the Arc Soul if you're all 6 standing in it. You're going to have the ads that come out of the right side, the left side, and down here in the center. The Arc Soul is going to take out all the ads except for the yellow bar. So maybe 2 of you turn around and finish that yellow bar while other people are down here shooting. Throw a grenade down here. Pulse grenade makes it super easy. Come down here and wipe them out. Now, what's going to happen after this ad phase is you're going to go into what's called the Void Room. Now, a lot of people are probably just laughing at me because who doesn't know about the raid? Well, there's still a lot of new players. So the Void Room, you're going to want to leave 3 people. The best setup, unless you're with elite gamers and you're trying to do a speed run, the best setup is 3 in Void, 3 in Throne. This is called the Throne Room. The reason is because you need at least 2 people out here. If you can do it with 1 and 5, you guys are probably the ones that beat it in 19 minutes. You're going to want at least 2 people, preferably 3 people in the Throne Room. You have to have 1 person on the right side because those plates out there that had the Scion, the projection Scions, they are Sun and Dog, and then the left side is Cup and Axes. Right now, as you can see on Calus' forehead, the little ghosty looking one, I see Axes. Everybody sees their own individual symbol. What that means is we call out 3 symbols. That means there's 3 plates that are safe. The one that we don't call is the one that gets the Scion killed on. So, I can't remember what the order was. Let's just say it's Axes, Cup, Dog, somebody's hitting Sun. That's what spawns that barrier right there. When they spawn that barrier, you can move forward. I always find it best duck before you get to it. You got to be careful of these little ramps and even the little bumps. Like, if you look right in front of me, you'll see this little bump on the right side of, right down there. That will mess you up every time. You're going to stay to the left side of that and duck. Now, this next part, after we kill all these guys, is the damage, or the multiplier phase. I don't know exactly what you want to call it, but Calus is going to start spitting out some skulls. What those skulls do is they give you your damage multiplier, similar to the spores. If you have one, cast a Stormcaller Rift, get the Arc Soul, it does help you. The Cold Heart works really well here. Pending you can get some extra ammo, that'd be great. But using the Cold Heart or another Trace Rifle, you're going to take out as many souls as possible. The Cold Heart, I say, because it's got the 101 round clip, or mag, whatever. Take as many skulls as you could possibly get. While you're doing this, the other side of things, the Throne Room guys, they're out there taking out ads. Once they finish that, Calus starts his wipe phase. It's very simple. I'm not even going to include it. He raises his hands in the air, and he starts illuminating the room as if he's charging. While he's doing that, it's damaging the players out there. Best to have a healing rift out there. When the Void Room players call out kill him, preferably around 65 to 70 skulls, you can see we have 79 force of will. That's our multiplier. 70 is the best round number. If you get 70 on both phases, you will win. You used to be able to one-phase Calus, but they did away with that. He does have a damage cap or health cap. Once you hit it, you can't hurt him no more. If you get 70 skulls both times around, you're pretty much guaranteed to be able to do it. Not guaranteed to do it, be able to do it. What you'll do is you'll start on the plate. The plates are your damage area. You have to be on them to be able to hurt them, similar to the baths, where you have to be in the center to hurt the glasses. My team likes to go Sun, Dog, Axe, and Cup. So you kind of go like a clockwise rotation from the top right. He does these instant kill phases, as you saw the gun just a moment ago. The first one was the Sun Bomb. He charges a Sun Bomb on the platform, so you have to jump off when you see it, and then this right here is his gun. It hits you, you die. It's just how it works. Like, Big R just got caught in it. It happens. If someone does die, you want to make sure that a Void Room person revives them. In the Void Room, you won't need your revive. If you die in the Void, you're going to come back to the Throne Room. So you need the people in the Throne Room to have all their revives. You finish damage phase 1, you come up to the right side again, cast your Stormcaller Rift, get the Arc Soul, helps take out the ads, save your ammo. You want to kind of tactically take it out. You want to all teams shoot the yellow bar. If you just all rotate around the room, it makes the whole process so much easier. A lot less likely to fail. If you are low on heavy, and you'll see in a second here, the Scions are going to spawn on the plates. If you hit the Scion, it's a guaranteed heavy, or power ammo. Hopefully you don't need it. There is plenty of ammo throughout the entire encounter for the most part. This time around in the Void Room, though, the floor has missing sections. That orb in front of me, I forgot to mention, is the way the throne room players get out. You have to avoid the disappeared sections in the void room, or else you die. Now, the reason for the barrier, which I also forgot to mention, that little illuminated barrier, is because that suction takes you in. If it takes you in, you die, you go back to the throne room. Again, I said it before, I'll say it again, this actually isn't a tough raid. It's pretty straightforward. This section, though, the thing that kills people the most in the void room, is right here. You want to see what your symbol is, you have to shoot across. So the right side guy shoots the regular scion on the left side. The reason is because most of the time it's harder for you to see the scion that spawns in front of you. So I shoot his, try to make sure the other ones are gone, and then you have to make sure you take out the projection or it's an instant fail. The last section of it, though, when you're up close and personal with Calus, right here you want to kill the one in front of you. There's nothing blocking it. You know, you can see it. It's right there. Kill it. Just whatever. Kill it. Kill the projections. It starts the second multiplier collection. I don't even think we had a storm color in here, so no rift. Yeah, that's how good we are. We don't need a rift. Once you finish getting your skulls, again, 70 is the key number. If you get more than 70, I think one of our runs we actually had 98. We still died. It's going to happen. But once you get to 70, yell out, or once you get to 60-ish, yell out, kill him, take him down, whatever you want to yell out. Bang his mama, anything. Just make sure they hear you that they need to take him down. What it is they're taking down his shield. While he's charging his white phase, he's got one of those over shields, and if they don't take it down, obviously it's called a white phase for a reason. You guys finish that section, everybody comes up to sun, wait till they get pretty close. Alright, that's fine, go ahead, jump on there, throw your grenades, spam your rocket. If you've got a rally barricade, best case scenario, duck, reload your rocket with the rally barricade, so on and so forth, you get the picture. We actually got 80 on that one, so we had 70, I don't know, was it 72 and 80? I can't remember. Anyway, you can see that we're doing plenty of damage to him. We're going to finish his health off right here. Gotta love Gunslinger. 262,000 damage. Freaking gorgeous. Take out his big ugly mug. I knew it was coming, so I was just waiting. And then now he's about, oh no, that's right. He had like 1 health. So, alright, now he's charging his white phase. You see his shield up. Just keep going. Don't stop. I mean, you've got to reload. But you take his shield out and done. You watch the video, it's an 20-minute long video. It's not a very hard raid to complete. All in all, this was a not bad, I don't want to say bad. This was a okay run. We were teaching people. If you know what you're doing, the raid should take you about an hour and a half. If you're good and have good, coordination. You got to coordinate with your teammates. Got the Shadow's Cloak. I've been trying to get everybody to 335. My Hunter is now there. Just after this video, I turned in some tokens. Some engrams and got them there. My Titan's there. My Warlock is at 334. Oddly enough, he's the last one that'll get to 335. That's the character I play the most. Bungie? Question mark. One thing that is worth mentioning is you're going to get frustrated. Can't say it enough. Keep a level head. You're going to get frustrated. Don't give up on your team. Don't give up on the raid. It's not that hard. Just coordinate. You'll get it done. Guys, I really appreciate you tuning in. If there's anything you have for me, comments, suggestions, better tips, better ways to complete the raid, let me know. I'm always open to feedback, criticism. I don't care, whatever it is. Thank you for watching. If you watch both parts, you are killer. Don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. If you can share me with your friends, I'd really appreciate it. You guys are the best. Have a great start to your new year. Everybody be happy and healthy, and have a great day, guys. Destin Gaming, out.